Good morning and welcome to Real Talk with Tamara. As you guys come into the room, please hit the like button. Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel, but definitely hit the like button. I want you guys to know that I truly appreciate you. I appreciate all of the new subscribers that are coming in, all of the people that have been here that is supportive of the channel. I want you guys to know that I appreciate you so much. It means so much to me as we work hard to get you accurate information. Okay. But this morning I wanted to talk about Takeoff. We know that Takeoff was laid to rest on yesterday, and there still has not been an arrest made in his murder. His murder has been ruled a homicide. It was a group of only 40 people there. It was an intimate setting, an intimate situation. So by now, we thought that, well, I thought that an arrest would have been made. The party that they was at J.PRINCE and Jr. and Jazz's party. You know, their birthday is right a day apart. So they was there because they knew them, right? So it was an intimate situation. I'm hearing of only about 40 people, according to the police chief himself. So I would have thought by now, I would have thought before he was ever even laid to rest that there would have been an arrest. What I have noticed is that it has been eerily quiet. Everybody has been eerily quiet as it relates to um, Takeoff's murder, right? And even with all of the video, and I know people say, well, the video don't show much, but it shows enough for us to see that there was a commotion. It has been ruled a homicide, okay? So I believe that his murder was intent. I just don't believe that any of his people did it. Okay, I do believe that it was intentional. Now, what I have noticed is that the two people whom he party that he was at, they was there with them. I saw that Quavo kind of hung out with J.PRINCE and Jazz more in Texas, and you saw Takeoff some. Um, but I did see where they posted a rest in peace picture of him on their story on Instagram, but of course nothing else has been said. Now, I'm not saying that they're supposed to be saying a whole lot, but it would appear to me, would it be in such an intimate setting, such an intimate situation, something the Houston Police Department would know something by now, right? I've heard people say that they feel like the guy who was trying to protect him, let me just say this, Migos Bands. Um, I don't believe for 1 minute that Migos Bands set him up. I looked at that video, and what I did see was that Miko Bands was walking back and up because he had the gun. Okay. And it seems to me that he saw something was about to pop off, and he was walking looking back. He was walking in front of Takeoff. Takeoff was shot in the head. Okay. He was shot in the head. We saw the yellow shirt, which is the person that they're saying is Cam. It looks like Cam. Just when you stop the video, when you slow it up, it looks like him. He was over there by him. Something took place. Okay. Something took place, whereas he's not here anymore. Okay. Why was little Cam over there walking by him? Why was he? As I've said before, I've heard someone say that they was told by someone that was there, and it was Whack 100, that immediately when they started an argument, little Cam positioned himself on the other side of Takeoff. Why would he do that? Why would he go and position himself when Quavo was into an argument with somebody else on the other side of Takeoff? That don't even sound right. And then he turned around and popped him. Now that's the word. Usually what you hear in the beginning before all the smoke screens and all of the bullshit start getting put out is oftentimes those are the gems. We do see that Takeoff looks like he was walking in the other direction. Why was he walking in the other direction? I don't know. Okay. Some people were saying that, they were sticking him up. They was trying to rob him or something like that. They had a gun on him. We did see Lil Cam walking on the other side of him. Nobody can deny that. So something was going on, and then he was killed. Okay. So at this point, it's up to the Houston Police Department, whom I have not, just based on the statement that they gave. I don't know why. I just didn't have a lot of confidence in. I just didn't. Like I said, the energy was just kind of off. When the police chief set up and said, I just want to get with it. We got a lot of good celebrities here, and I just want to sit down with them and see what we can come up with. I'm not saying it verbatim, but it was something to that nature. I knew then something was wrong. He's the damn police chief. Why he gonna sit down with some celebrities to talk about what they should do in their city? What he needs to do is him and his team, which are his investigators and whomever else, he needs to be working with partnering with the FBI, just like the police chief is doing in Memphis, and trying to figure out why a certain group of people feel like they own Houston and people should check in when they get to Houston. He don't see nothing wrong with that, and they've been very vocal about that. It's something wrong with that. So based on what he said, when he said he's going to sit down with the celebrities to see what they can come up with to stop this crime, that kind of did it for me. That sounds like a kumbaya when he needs to sit down with them and see why Takeoff was dead at their party. Why was he killed? Okay. And so I thought, like I said, by now there would have been, just because it was such an intimate situation, you had people that's actually saw what happened. There was 2 other people that was shot. And like somebody was saying, I'm hearing that those were people that was with Takeoff and QUAVO. Their people shot and nobody else was shot. QUAVO, Takeoff killed. 2 other people that I'm hearing that was with them was shot. They arguing with QUAVO. Looks like to me somebody tried to jump QUAVO. I don't know. Okay, that's what it looks like to me. But what I do know is that QUAVO was arguing with somebody and turned to actually walk away, and it looks like he was attacked. And according to what Whack 100 said, Lil Cam immediately positioned himself on the other side of Takeoff. Why would he do that? And then now Takeoff is not here anymore. He was murdered. So, just with the history of J.PRINCE Jr., and I know a lot of people say, well, y'all just can't put it on J.PRINCE Jr. then, but you cannot negate that they don't have a good history. There's a history of things of this nature happening on their clock. We cannot neglect those facts. And also, the mere fact that we've seen them in pictures, and I know people rub elbows, especially people with money. They rub elbows with politicians and things of that nature. But that's a problem, especially if the people are known to be criminalistic, to have criminalistic behavior. That's not a good thing. And I think as especially as Black people, when we start seeing stuff like that, when we know people have criminalistic behavior and they are rubbing elbows with politicians that have been elected, that's a cue to not elect them anymore. Because you better believe they're funding their campaigns and they're going to have loyalty to the people. Unfortunately, a lot of these folks who gives them the most money, who has influence that can control people. Because for some reason people put celebrities on pedestals, they can influence them to get out and vote for certain people instead of vetting them themselves. Okay. And then they don't watch them. A lot of times our community don't watch politicians after they get in. We need to be watching them after we vote for them. We don't just vote for them and don't watch them to see what are they doing to make the community better. If they ain't doing a damn thing, you don't reelect them. I saw J.PRINCE Jr. with Representative Jackson Lee. Okay. And as I was saying before, She had presented him with a certificate, but I later found out when I went back and did some more research, she gave him J. Prince Jr.'s day, James Prince Jr.'s day. She gave him a day. So there's a day in Houston that is reserved for James Prince Jr. That's his day, J. Prince Jr. Okay, so he got his own day. Okay, so you have to watch celebrities that do things of that nature. What has he done? I don't mean no harm to have his own damn day when I'm sure there's other people in Houston that have done way more historical stuff. This is a man that have dice games and folks come up dead. But you got a representative giving him his own day, and I'm willing to bet a dime to a dollar, donut, dozen, or whatever they say, that he puts quite a bit of money in her campaign. Now, this lady was elected in 1995. I don't mean no harm, but power corrupts. We ain't got no business even allowing nobody to be in office that long. It's been time for it to go. When a person sits in office for almost 30 years, power corrupts. They start to become corrupt. We have to rotate them out. I don't like that. Okay. So, of course, she's going to need the money and the funds of those who might have a little bit more money in the community. And in order for them to get their money, they have to turn the blind eye when they want to buy their signs, have the influence of the people. That means their loyalty is going to be to these celebrities, not the masses, when the masses can get together and vote them out. Okay. So if we truly want, and I don't live in Houston, but if there are Houstonians that truly want justice for Takeoff and anybody else, and the what happened to them might have been centered around these same people, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to get the masses together, because no matter how much money you give them, the masses can vote them out. Okay, how much money they give them, if y'all don't vote for them, they can be, somebody else can get in there that don't have a connection with these criminalistic people that are having dice games and people come up dead, and then they're protected. Because you better believe they are going to protect the people that they have an interest in. And when I say they have an interest in, that is because they got the money to fund their campaigns, because it ain't easy raising money. So if you got somebody that's got a lot of money, like a James Prince or whatever, and he's putting $15,000-$20,000 at a time, hell, that's a lot of damn money. Of course, they're going to do what's necessary to make sure that they keep that person on their team and keep them protected, because all they want is the money. They don't give a damn about the communities. They want the money and the power. So if we truly want justice, and I'm talking about people all over the world now, for people like Takeoff, okay, you start to vet politicians, and then when election time come around, you get them up out of there. Because their mayor is, like I said before, is a little bit too chummy, and the mayor appoints the police chief, and the police chief is going to do what his boss says do. Not to forget, now they say that he is, out there in the he came from the hood, so he was already familiar with a lot of these people, and you could tell because he spoke like he was doting on them. There was some people said, well, the police chief said that they was going to get justice. Okay. The police said he was going to get justice. Maybe he did say it. Maybe I didn't hear it, but I'm not saying, maybe he did say it. It's just that I don't remember him saying it. But at the same time, I guess I was so in shock about him saying he wanted to sit down with the celebrities, the same damn people that have these dice games and stuff. What kind of damn sense do that make? They have these dice games and people come up dead, but these are the people that he wanted to sit down with and see if they could come up with a resolution instead of getting their asses off the street. Okay? So that's why I raised the question, now that Takeoff has been laid to rest, are they going to get up off the pot? Okay? Because people need to demand that they're going to either get up off the pot or piss on it. That means they got to do something. Because they ain't doing nothing. Ain't nobody saying nothing. And people are wanting to put it all at QUAVO's feet. They putting all their energy at how come Quavo this, and that. Quavo ain't got the authority to arrest nobody. We don't know what kind of statements that Quavo has given. Now it all lies at the feet of the police department. Okay? It all lies at the feet of the police department to ensure that there is some justice. Because of course something funny went on. I believe that they had the people had said that had gotten into my chat and said from Atlanta that neither one of them was supposed to leave there. And that sounds about right. They just didn't get the opportunity to get to kill Takeoff. I mean Quavo. But to position yourself on the side of another man that was not a threat, of course that was a play. That sounds about right. And people get mad at Quavo because what the devil intended, they had a plan and it didn't go the way that they wanted it to go. So now Takeoff was involved in it. No, it just didn't work out the way it was supposed to. They had a plan. Okay. Looks like Lil Cam went through with what he was told to do. They didn't want Quavo to walk away, especially if there was trick dice. When you have plenty of celebrities to go play dice with them. This right here is a hustle for them, like I was saying last night. Okay, he's supposed to be some type of producer or a manager or whatever. He got all these celebrities coming in. He got all these thugs hanging around them. First of all, you would think his atmosphere would be different if he having these types of big celebrities around him. That's how you know it ain't right. If I was dealing with somebody who was in the business that's supposed to be stellar in the business and they had all these kind of goons around them that was not equivalent especially as far as money, ain't no way in hell I would be around. You would think he would not, he wouldn't have that type of stuff in his atmosphere, let alone these celebrities in the midst of that. Okay. But Quavo, they say, found out that it was some trick dice. If he get mad and they're arguing, people don't really know what they was arguing about. Okay? But let's just say that's true. He found out it was trick dice. He tried to leave it where it was. He walked away. Of course, they didn't want him to walk away. The Migos are big in the entertainment industry. For him to maybe be mad and go tell other celebrities that have been there playing dice that have lost every damn down with trick dice that these niggas shiesty, and he in the midst of it. J.PRINCE Jr. allegedly. Of course, they didn't want him to walk away angry like that. So I can see that. Or it could be just like somebody else said, because, all we could do is speculate. Neither one of them was supposed to walk away. We see Takeoff didn't walk away, the one that was not a threat. How you going to take out the one that was not a threat? It ain't have a damn thing to do with Quavo, because just like somebody else said, Migos bands was trying to protect Takeoff, and he derailed whatever their plan was, because I believe they were supposed to get both of them. That sounds about right. But as far as talking about it was a mistake, hey, unless I hear Migos bands and Quavo say it, I'll never believe that, because it's been too many people, quite a few people, or at least one other one, that this happened to that we know of, Duke the Jeweler, and it was almost an identical situation, and people try to act like that they don't remember that. So now it is at the feet of the Houston Police Department, because they didn't handle Duke the Jewelers right. They ain't said a damn word about Duke the Jeweler. Okay? So, hey, hopefully now that Takeoff is laid to rest, it's time to start putting some pressure on the police department. What are they doing? Are they going to make sure that justice is served? Because if it was an unintentional homicide, they need to say that. They ain't said that. They ain't said it. Okay. So, anyways, rest in peace to Takeoff, okay? But now pressure needs to be put on the mayor and the police chief because it appears to us that a young man was taken out because some dime store hoods wanted what he had. Okay. That's what it's appearing to be. And with a party, a intimate situation of 40 people, of course, there was witnesses. There was 2 other people that was shot. Okay. So I'm sure charges are going to be brought for those people who was hurt. It won't be murder. Okay. So we need to know what's going on. As it, when will he get justice? Will there be justice? And I know sometimes it takes the wheels of justice a minute to turn, but unlike the Young Dogs case, these, as Colt Figure called them, these bushwhackers, okay, they had on masks. They came up from out of nowhere. Everybody else was looking at these folks. That the intimate party of 40, quite a few people saw who shot Takeoff, and it has been ruled a homicide. So will there be justice? Because we want justice for him. That's what we want, okay? All right, you guys. I want you guys to please like, share, and subscribe. I want you guys to know that I truly appreciate you so much. All the new subscribers, all of the ones that have been here with me. If you would like to support the channel, you could definitely support the channel via Cash App, or you can hit the thanks button at the bottom of the screen. Also, if you would like to become a member, please hit the join button. We be talking about some heavy stuff in the members, and it's about to get better, okay? So make sure you join as a member. I love you guys. I'll talk to you later.